It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Scooters Coffee and Rescue Towing. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, April 16th, and we are waking up to some really mild temperatures in the Ozarks, temperatures in the mid 60s this morning. And the big story on this Tuesday is the wind. You won't be able to avoid it. Even inside today, I think you'll hear the wind hitting the side of the house or your office or wherever you are. If you're on the roads, you'll certainly notice the high wind gusts that I'm expecting across the Ozarks today. A cold front is on the way, and out ahead of it, we are going to get some incredible winds, gusting to 40, even 50 miles an hour. Those are non-thunderstorm winds, but there's some thunderstorms in the forecast today too, and those could bring a severe wind threat as well as a hail threat to many parts of the Ozarks. Early this morning, there are already some scattered storms on the radar. Most of this activity is going to be centered up in central Missouri as we head through the early hours today. However, I think there's going to be some storms possible, very scattered in nature. So they're not guaranteed to hit every location across the Ozarks early today. And that's even the case this afternoon, as a line of thunderstorms will likely develop late in the day today. We are looking at the potential for a few strong storms, and that could include the risk for some hail. I think this morning the risk would be for hail to the size of quarters. But by the time we get to midday, we're talking lunch hour to about 3 p.m., there could be some hailstones to the size of golf balls, particularly up in our northern counties. And there's even a low end tornado risk for many of our folks in the eastern Ozarks as we head into later today. The storm chance today, as I mentioned, it's widely scattered. So not everywhere guaranteed to see the strong storm activity, but it's a day that I want you to be on alert, know how to get your watches in mornings, and respond to those in a hurry if need be. A stormy start to the day for many, especially up in our northern counties. Storms will really begin to build into our western counties around mid-morning by 10 a.m., and then they'll be marching east through the course of the afternoon. I think we still are holding on to some storms on the radar, scattered in nature by 2, even 3 p.m. in our eastern counties. We do have a chance for severe weather here in the Ozarks and Missouri, as well as Arkansas, but there's also a severe risk up in Iowa, northern Missouri, portions of Illinois. That's where the real hail threat exists today, and where I think that we'll see some big reports of large hailstones that fall. As we head closer to the midday hours around lunch, I think storms, we may have 4 or 5 on the radar at the same time. They'll be capable of producing that strong hail and high winds across the Ozarks. It's later today that I think that low-end tornado threat exists, primarily east of Highway 65. A brief spin-up looks possible as the storms kind of form into a line and exit the Ozarks, but it's something to know definitely, especially if you're listening from our eastern counties. Big heads up to you. Winds today, I told you they'd be a huge story. Even without the thunderstorms in the area, we are talking about winds gusting to 40 and 50 miles per hour. I expect that the highest wind gusts today will be west of Highway 65. So travel may become difficult for many high profile vehicles, just something to keep in mind. Loose objects may be blown around, and small limbs may break and fall in these types of windy conditions. If it's trash day for you, well, you might have to go track down the can at the end of the day, because things are definitely going to be blowing around this afternoon. We are still warm today. I told you temperatures this morning are starting out in the middle 60s, and I have high temperatures today that will end up being in the upper 70s to near 80 degrees. It's still going to be warm. A cold front is on the way, and it will pass through the Ozarks, but it doesn't bring us a huge temperature change for the middle of the week. In fact, models kind of coming in warmer and warmer as we round out the work week forecast. So there will be a drop and a cool down in the forecast, but overall, we are talking about additional showers and thunderstorms really helping to cool the atmosphere by Thursday and Friday. High temperature today, 77 for the Springfield area. Overnight tonight, we stay really warm. Anybody that's got sensitive plants in the ground, you don't need to worry about those this work week forecast. We've got temperatures that will likely be back into the upper 70s again on Wednesday. The sunshine comes back tomorrow and the winds settle down. And then we'll likely see high temperatures still near 80 degrees by Thursday. Showers and thunderstorms look possible for the end of the week too. That's going to happen late in the day on Thursday into Friday. Isolated chance for showers also exists on Friday, and there will be temperatures that are going to land in the mid 60s on Friday. So that's when you'll notice the cooler weather, really Friday and Saturday of this weekend. And then we start to warm things up again by late in the weekend. Around the country, severe weather in the forecast. That's a big headline for you today for the Mississippi Valley. So it's not just us, but we are tracking that chance for some strong to severe storms really all day through this evening. And then I think overnight tonight we'll be able to sleep soundly because the storms will be gone. Moderate to locally heavy snowfall is also in the forecast today. This is expected out in the higher elevations in the northern Cascades, the northern and central Rockies, and the eastern Great Basin. That's going to be the case today, tomorrow, even into Thursday. We're talking about snowfall on the radar for our friends out west. So, not feeling very spring like for those folks. All right, it's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question that we have for you today. This is sponsored by Scooters Coffee. Here's the question that I left you with yesterday. Pretzels. I'm a fan. Soft, hard. I like pretzels. 80% of pretzels made in the United States come from which state? Do you know? All New England choices here. A, Rhode Island. B, Connecticut. C, Pennsylvania. Or D, Massachusetts. If you have flipped over the pretzel bag, you probably know that it is Pennsylvania. We can thank the Dutch for this. They have really taken over the pretzel industry in the United States and invented hard pretzels, by the way, as snacks that we now know. Those invented in the United States, but soft pretzels brought over from the homeland. The Dutch are responsible, and they are still bringing us a lot of Pennsylvania Dutch fantastic foods. Hard pretzels, they are among the most recognizable of the pretzel makers in Pennsylvania, by the way. They, German-speaking Europe during medieval times would make pretzels, and the tradition continues for us in the United States. Some of the biggest pretzel brands in the country have their home base in Pennsylvania. This is Snyder's, Hers, Utz. Recently I've tried Dots. Have you tried Dots pretzels? They're delicious. I need to look up where they're made. Probably Pennsylvania. I don't know. I'll have to Google that myself. But Pennsylvania C is the answer today. Congratulations if that was your guess too. Here is the next question that I'll leave you with for tomorrow. On the island, quote, just enough room. There is just enough room for what? Do you think it is A, a tree and a house, B, a pier and a tree, or C, a house and a pier? Let me know. The island of just enough room. What do you think is on that island? I will let you know early tomorrow morning. That's on Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. Thank you so much for listening this morning. And thank you to our sponsors, Scooters Coffee and Rescue Towing. By the way, if you go enter a guess on today's Brain Twister trivia question, every single day we are giving away a $20 gift card to Scooters Coffee. I only had 3 options today, too, so a pretty good chance of getting it right. All correct winners entered into a pool to win a $20 gift card every single weekday on Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. It's a pretty good bet. So head on over to the website and enter there. Also, by the way, while you're on the website, we are running a new contest for Mother's Day to treat the mom in your life. You can also enter this giveaway at aroundtheozarks.com. One lucky mother will receive a $150 gift card for a floral arrangement by the Flower Merchant and a $50 gift card to Civil Kitchen. This is through May 5th. So please head on over to the website, enter both of those contests, and win some awesome prizes. Have a fantastic day today. Remain weather aware. Make sure you've got your cell phones on and ready to receive alerts about severe thunderstorm warnings or watches that may be necessary later today. Everybody stay safe. It'll be windy today. High temperature of 77 in Springfield. Storm chance. We've got better weather on the way tomorrow.